Hello and welcome back. Today I am once again working on a commission. Today we will be building the Barricade Drain Blaster as well as some interesting attachments, a couple that I have yet to ever do before. Still waiting for the parts on one of them, but I've got all the parts for another one, and the other one will be remarkably similar. It'll also have standard attachments, I think an 8 and a 6 round cylinders. Don't know about the paint job yet, but first thing we need to do is, of course, gut the Barricade pretty much completely and then start hacking away at the shell. Most of this build is actually just the dremeling of the shell itself. Remarkably, there's almost no modifications to the Drain Blaster itself. I think there are a few minor modifications. No, this one doesn't have any modifications to the Drain Blaster itself, other than adding on the bit on the end, which we will get to. So, let's get started. Step 1, gutting of the Barricade. He better let my people go. Alright, well this has been filming the whole time and I haven't said a bloody thing. So, as you can see, I have cut out the frame, cut off the whole handle section, a little bit of the front section, Dremel out a fair amount of the inside, so there isn't actually a whole lot of the Barricade left, really. But what I was after from the Barricade was the rail and the stock mount, which are still there, and it all just clamps down around it. I will be putting in one screw back here in the back to hold it in, but the rest is all just held in with friction. If you wanted to glue parts of it, you certainly could glue it on there, but I like to be able to take things back apart in the event that they need repair or upgrading or something. So I rather like just having it frictioned on there. So it'll stay fairly well as long as you don't abuse it too badly. Only thing left on this is to cut the jam door and to contact the user and find out what kind of a paint job he wanted on it. There are going to be a couple of fairly interesting barrel attachments onto this one, a few that I hadn't built before. I had thought of them before, but I had not actually built them yet. And you'll get to see those once I get finished with them. One I'm still waiting on parts for. The other, I have started. I just need to go to Home Depot and buy a bolt so that I can bolt it all together. Should have that hopefully done today. And then once the parts for the last one arrive, it should actually be simpler. And I will be able to finish that up and get it shipped out, hopefully this week. So stay tuned for that. I look forward to doing the firing demonstrations of the barrel attachments he requested because they're fairly nifty. I'm looking forward to seeing how well they work out. And if they work out really well, I'm going to make some for myself. So stay tuned. Well, I got word from the customer and they actually don't want it painted. They said they like the Frankenstein look to a mod. So we're going to go ahead and button this one right back up. finish up the last of the body modifications to the battery door. And this blaster will be done, other than adding the PVC to the barrel so that it can take attachments, and then finishing up the last couple of attachments. I am still waiting for parts for one of them. The one that I'm actually really excited to build, unfortunately, so just gonna have to wait on that. But the other one, I believe I have all but one of the parts for. I'm about to make a Home Depot run to pick up some materials for a couple of other commissions. I need a long bolt, and I need some bushings and some adapters for absolvers and that sort of thing. Got it all together. Forgot the jam door. Alright, I am hoping to finish up a couple of commissions today. The one I'm currently working on is a Barricade drain blaster with a couple of really neat attachments. One of the attachments he wanted was this. It is a cyclone shock cylinder that can be fired either single from the drain blaster or two at a time, depending on how far you rotate it. These two things are the locking mechanisms that kind of give you a vague indication of when it's in the right position. They don't lock particularly well, but they click to tell you, and you can just kind of tell by the lines. Line up the line with the top of the barrel. That'll fire single, that'll fire double. Works beautifully. I'll do a firing demonstration before I ship it out, but that one's coming together beautifully. He also wanted a 6-round single, absolver and an 8-round absolver, so those will be going in the pile. And the final barrel that I'm working on right now is going to be 6 sledge fire shells, and it'll fire one shell at a time, so it'll be a rotation cylinder like this one, so he can pump, fire, 6 times before having to reload, at which point he could just switch cylinders to the mega cylinder or one of the absolver cylinders. The whole idea was to cut down on the need to reload. So I've got these all sanded on the side so that they will fit together a little bit nicer. I then need to glue them to a base similar to this base. Make another base, bolt the two bases together, glue on the attachment point, and it'll be ready to ship. So hopefully I'll get that done today, get the rest of the videos shot, and get that shipped off to him. I'm also working on a couple other commissions. We'll see what all I get done and filmed today. So, on with this project, we need some plastic. So for things like this, I have these fabulous huge sheets of plastic that I honestly am not entirely sure where they came from or what they even are, but they work great. They are a bit warped in places, but we should be able to get a large enough flat piece, couple of large enough flat plates, plus I've got a heat gun so I can shape it to whatever the heck I feel like. Okay, we need a pattern. Let my people go. Fabulous. Okay. To the saws. Alright, got the rough bits cut out now. I just need to sand it round. There's the 2 discs. We're just gonna glue these on here. We do, of course, want it's gonna be a beast to get them all perfectly aligned. The real trick is going to be the holes in the back. Luckily, I should be able to use, alright, so we're going to use this as our guide. That ought to work quite lovely. Lovely. Okay. Holes are drilled. Now we need to drill one hole into the other plate. It'll be a bit more dremeling. We don't want them to be actually both circles, of course, because that's not going to line up with what's going on the inside. We want them to be a little bit more like the shape of the shells, so will be some dremeling. I am also going to take out all of the dart pegs, because they're just going to get in the way. No, get covered. Dust. All right. Now, to make some slight modifications to each of these holes so that they have a little bit more feed. Yeah, dust. No, I don't know if you can see that, but there is going to be better airflow into each cylinder. Last couple of steps. Got to drill that center hole and glue. Got a couple of washers as well as a lock nut. So I should be able to get these nice and tight, but still able to rotate. Now we just have to glue all the parts on. Turns out super glue works like an absolute charm on whatever this black plastic is. Now, get all of these properly aligned. Basically just going to situate one and model the rest off of it. Originally we were going to use a triple shot cylinder for this, but the triple shot only has 4 sets of 3 rounds. Has absolutely lousy barrels, and since the triple shot cost all by itself as much as 6 of these cylinders did, I decided this was the better solution. That is a beastly looking cylinder. I have got to make me one of these too. Okay, then I will go through the Dremel and clean out those holes a little bit better. Alright, we have our 2 more interesting cylinders, the single shot mega cylinder and the triple shot elite cylinder, and we're going to take them out and give them a test. Alright, now for the shooting demonstration. This is the alley behind my house. I got my 100-foot measuring tape out there, and we're going to be shooting the mega dart cylinder with 12 pumps in the tank. Single shot, right into the blackberries. That's lovely. Here we go again, single shot. Oh, right into the grass. Not sure if you can tell, but there's a nasty cross breeze in here, so we're getting all kinds of erratic behavior. Okay, shooting 2 mega darts at once. Or not. All right, another one. Weird. All right, now for an attempt at 2 at a time. Lovely. Now for the sledge fire cylinder. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing how well this performs. Hopefully it performs well. It does. Lovely. Let's go take a look at what kind of ranges we got. The shortest one came in at 26, and that was just one that came out badly. We got a couple here at 39. A couple of the mega darts that kind of veered south on me, and a couple of the elites. Most of the elites are right here around 54, 55 feet. Which really ain't bad for 3 mega or elite darts at once. Got some of the mega darts here as well. Got one Elite that came all the way out to 66, which is, once again, impressive for single. There's a dart there in the blackberries. Looks like I will be able to get it back. Another Elite here at 78. And the farthest Elite came in here at 91, which is really impressive given that it was firing 3 at once. So I'm pleased with it. Hopefully the customer will be as well. All right, well, there you have it. This build is complete and ready to ship. I am very pleased with it. I'm hoping the customer will be as well. I will be sending him an email with the completed specs and all of that, and if he's satisfied, then I will be shipping it out tomorrow. I'm really pleased with how this came out. I kind of want to make one myself now, just because that's really neat having that many sledge fire shells all firing individually. Ranges were actually about what I expected for triple shot. The Mega Dart one was a little bit erratic, but that's kind of what happens with Mega Darts, especially at that much power. You might try putting not the full 12 pumps into it and just seeing how much better that performs. You might not get the same speed or range, but you might get a little straighter path. There will also, of course, be an 8-shot cylinder and a 6-shot cylinder going in this as well, just because, you know, having the actual big cylinder blasts are a lot of fun too, and when you've got these ones to switch to, you don't have to worry about reloading your cylinders as much. So, alright, if you have any comments, concerns, ideas, go ahead and put them in the comments below, and as always, thank you for watching.